Hello out there in cryptocurrency land. Welcome back to Real Crypto. Thank you for joining me again today. Well, there's something I do on this channel occasionally, and it's called sleep. And sometimes when you sleep, things happen in the markets, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it unless you put some conditional buy orders in, which I actually did not do this particular round. If I went to bed after this little decline and noticed this right shoulder forming, I may have put some buy orders, maybe in up a little higher here towards the 200 moving average. But you know, it is what it is. The market does what it does, and you sleep when you sleep. So, unfortunately, I didn't think it was going to move last night. I did not stay up nor set an early alarm, and I'm kind of caught off guard like some people here in the United States of America. So it is what it is at this point, ladies and gentlemen. We broke out of this Bitcoin falling wedge pattern. I don't think this was in my last video. I actually didn't post it until a couple hours after I posted that video on Twitter. In my last video, we talked about we were going to continue down with this measured move, which is also a confluence sign. Okay, we were going to break down from this measured move, which was also the same target as our inverse head and shoulder. So two good signals, neither played out. You do have to go with the markets, and the markets reverse trend on us. What you're going to notice here is this falling wedge. And this falling wedge completely engulfs this head and shoulders pattern. It's not like it's part of it. It's not like it's after it. It completely engulfs this head and shoulders pattern. So that may be a reason why this didn't play out. But either way, it didn't play out. We broke up to the upside here. And if you notice there's a little mini inverse head and shoulders here. For those of you fortunate enough to be awake for this, your break of this neckline happened to coincide with the decline of this, the break of this declining trend line here, and also with volume expansion in this next bar. So you definitely could have taken a position here. And also, if you notice, this 50 moving average, this 50 period moving average was broken all within about the same 2%. So that's a pretty good entry for a reversal, all those signals kind of lining up. Excuse me. So those signals lining up, good for a reversal. Something else to notice is I've been kind of keeping the RSI up here a little more and more, and I did notice a signal here in the RSI, which I did note on Twitter as well. As these lower lows were being put in Bitcoin, the RSI kept having higher lows, okay? And it was kind of a mini support line here. And then I also noticed kind of a declining wedge here in the RSI, also coinciding with the falling wedge here, actually going back to this prior high, and boom, you pop out of there, you pop out of there. So kind of some signals lining up there for this to move out of this falling wedge and negating this head and shoulders. But keeping the broader picture in perspective, if we zoom out here, and let me get rid of these falling wedge lines now that we've broken out. I'll actually keep that top one. There's a possibility, and albeit I think it's a small one, that we can reverse and actually test this breakout point. If we do that, I would be definitely putting in some buys down here. I don't necessarily see that in the cards, though. The volume here is pretty good. But what I'm talking about is that this broader inverse head and shoulders could start to play out from here. Now, it's not going to be set in stone. We go straight up from here, although maybe it's more of an aggressive rise like we have here. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't like to call that kind of price action. All I know is that we're rising in Bitcoin right now. So put some money to work. Have a buy strategy in place. Okay, you need to have a strategy of how to buy. I may be layering into this position. This is a little extended than I like to buy, but it doesn't mean you don't get involved. All right, and then a break of this neckline to the upside would be, in my mind, the test of this downtrend reversal, and that would indicate a big reversal in the downtrend overall. Okay, overall. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Broken out of this pattern here to the upside. We're in a little pause right now. Broader inverse head and shoulders in play. We'll see what happens. We do have the test of this neckline coming up at some point in time. Don't know exactly when. So that's a potential 10% gain right there. And then from there, who knows? Let's see where we go. And but this is Bitcoin today, and that's where we're at. Break out of this neckline, break out of the falling wedge, negation of this head and shoulders pattern. We reverse trend. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. I will see you in the next one.